You know, I hate that I can't go hiking as much in the winter months. I just don't have the gear for it. But I do enjoy the fact that I get to play in the basement here and make a bunch of different stoves. I've really been going at it these last couple weeks, building some new stoves, playing around, just having some fun. Just some views of the stoves I've built in the last 2-3 weeks. I think I've shown you some burn tests on a few of these. This is the 2-part one that pops out and goes in upside down. Well, I can't do it one-handedly. Nope, not going to be able to do it. This is the monster stove I did a video on, which is a small stove and a large stove. This is my ISO/alcohol stove. Not sure if I've done ever a full burn on that, but it worked pretty well. A new one I just built this evening just for fun. Kind of shined it up a little bit. Got a nice shiny look to it. I really got a kick out of seeing the stove that Smoke Eater 908 made. It was really shiny, and so I decided I'd make one. Look at that complete reflection of the bottom down there. Kind of neat. So I just wanted to make one that was really shiny. I don't have a line in that one, but I think I'm going to add one to it right here, just for refill purposes. Although this is a pretty big stove, so I don't know that it would ever need to be refilled to cook with. I think that's a 3-inch circle on top there, maybe 2.5, probably 2.5. And then I've got this one I showed you a couple videos on. That one does have the refill line on it. Not much to make in this one. This is that real simple one I showed you, post stove. So you know, and then RJ Berg showed me this one, or he mentioned it in the fence post stove that you could also make it into the flat the cat stove or whatever it's called. Not flat cat. I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyways, it's the cat stove basically with the holes in the side. So I tried that just recently here, and it works. But you really got to let that warm up a whole lot, and the fuel actually has to be boiling inside there before you can put a can on top of it like this. Because if you do put it on a little early, it just puts it out. But once that metal is warmed up, which can take upwards of a minute and a half, so you waste a lot of fuel on that. But it's a neat little stove anyway. Maybe I drilled the holes too low or too high, I don't know. Working on doing another one of these hard drive spindle stoves. I take a lot of hard drives apart at my work, and a lot of spare parts that I have laying around. I'm taking the hard drives apart. I'll show you an idea how many I have laying around here. And this is a beer cap stove, but it actually works really well. It'll actually get a pot of 2 cups of water boiling on just one fill, but it takes the entire 10 minutes of fluid that has in there to get it boiling. So I'm going to do and that's indoors. So outdoors, I don't know if it would do that well, but just wanted to show you a couple of the stoves and how much fun I've been having. Then I thought about those hard drive spindles. Those are the hard drive spindles. That's the actual piece that holds the actual hard drive spindle. The hard drive spindles is what I've been using for these. So that one, and I think this one has a hard drive spindle on it with some stuff underneath of it. So it's really neat. The rest of these stoves that you see, like this one and this one, that tube you see down there at the bottom, that's been kind of nice. That tube you see on all of them, minus this one. This one is a little different. I'll explain that one in just a second. Those other ones that I have all the tube on, that's just a aluminum flagpole that I've been using. I've been cutting sections of the aluminum flagpole off and either JB welding them or epoxy. And in this case, I epoxied. This one I epoxied. This one, well, I'll show you more about this one once I get it finished. It's going to be kind of fun how I built this one. I'll show you about that a little bit later in the next video maybe. But this is epoxy. Epoxy on the bottom just to seal up the bottom. Sometimes when I know that I'm going to be close to the heat a lot, like in this one, I'll use JB Weld because JB Weld has a lot higher temperature. This one had JB Weld. So, anyways, just a little shot there of a few stoves I've been doing over the last couple weeks. Still looking forward to some of the do-it-yourself stuff that I have ordered in from Tenny. It should be coming in any day now. I ordered that and I think it's shipped. So I've ordered some new line, some new inlets, So we'll see how those come in, see how they work. I want to try some of his Microline. I really got a hankering to buy one of his M stoves. I haven't had the money right now. With the holidays coming up, I got a lot of money I got to spend on holiday gifts, so it's hard to spend money on myself. I did spend some money on some lines and some other little trinkets and stuff, but I actually bought a spine and a ring from Kenny, which I'm kind of excited about seeing real soon here. So yeah, overall, when you add it all up, I did spend almost $40 in just trinkets and stuff from Kenny, but and I bought some stuff from Smoke Eater 908 and want to buy some more. I really want to get my hands on that Georgia Heat. The mini heat, not so much for me. Those little stoves like that, they tend to take a lot of refueling. I've noticed just from doing my own stoves, you get to refill them constantly. You're constantly watching over them. I like the bigger ones that you can refill and just walk away for a little while. Although I do know a little pointer. If you're trying to refill them, for example, that mini heat, the nipple comes in at the very bottom, and when you release the pressure on your when you squeeze it in, when you release the pressure, it sucks all the fuel back out of it. So a trick to keep it burning longer between fuels, I think Water Monkey did a video that showed it, and he filled it up, and he said about every minute and a half he was constantly filling it up, squeezing it and filling it up. So a trick is to squeeze it, fill it up, release the pressure, unsqueeze, let it release, and then tighten it back up. So that will leave all that fluid inside there. It won't suck it back out. And that'll give you a longer burn between fill-ups. So it's a little trick. Basically, it takes two hands sometimes. You squeeze all the fluid in you need. As soon as you see it glowing, you release it. Actually, I can do it with one hand. Release it and tighten it. And you'll get a longer burn in between fill-ups. So that's just a trick. Water Monkey, that's for you. Just a trick on how to get more than a minute and a half between fill-ups on those little bitty stoves like that. I only know that because I have a couple little stoves myself. I have a couple that are, this is probably my smallest refillable stove, but even that one can burn out pretty quick because that's a small little tube there. Oh, I mentioned how I was going to tell you how I did that little tube there. That is a Magic Marker tube right there. And that one I could not get to screw in. I actually had to JB Weld the nipple in because it was just there's no metal to those frames of the Magic Marker. So I had to JB Weld that in to get it to hold. Anyways, take care, guys. We'll catch you later. Thanks for doing all the videos, everyone. Bye.